Okay, I'm gonna do the second part of answering the questions. And I want to thank you all for the positive and great responses on my other vlog. So that made me a bit more confident. uh, okay, I want to keep this to 10 minutes, sort of. I don't even know if anyone watches that long, but okay, I'll start with the questions. Okay, chicken or pasta? It would definitely have to be chicken. I'm not so much of a pasta person. Yeah, when is my birthday? The 30th of November. So if you want to send a gift, it's just to email me. I'm only joking about that. But yeah, I usually write like a week before when I start counting down to my birthday, so you will all know then. I will remind you all. I know I got a comment about that I say and a lot, so I will try to avoid it in this video. Do you like Twizzlers? I don't know. We don't have that in Sweden, so I've never tried them. What are some common Swedish names? I didn't know about this, so I googled and I found Lucas, Oscar, Hugo are the top 4 names, and Alice, Maya, Elsa, Julia are the top 4 names. Linnea as well in Sweden. Did you have an inspiration to start recovery? If so, what was it? My inspiration was I wanted to be healthy. I wanted my life back. I wanted friends. I wanted to socialize. I wanted to start school. I wanted to have a boyfriend. I wanted to eat normal food again. I just wanted to be a normal teenager. And I've said this before, but my sister was also one of my inspirations, as she pretty much had the life I wanted, which was friends, partying, school, a boyfriend, and all that. So yeah, she kind of inspired and motivated me, and just having my life back, not being sick, was pretty much my motivation, which kept me going when it was tough. Yes, motivation is very important to have in recovery, because otherwise it's so easy to give up when you don't really know what you are fighting for. You want to have a goal, so you keep going when it's tough. Do you find it a chore to continue with your blog, or is it still fun? This is kind of mixed feelings. I wouldn't call it a chore anymore, but when I first started writing, it was an online diary. That's, if you look back on all my posts, it's no censors or anything. It's writing how I was feeling, what was going on in my head and all that. But now it's more a help blog, sort of. I listen to your comments and what topics you want to read about and that. And so yeah, I still enjoy it. I wouldn't blog if I didn't enjoy it. It would just be a waste of my time then, as I put several hours a day on my blog, even if you don't notice it, because sometimes it's just a few posts, sometimes it's just bad posts, and yeah, so it's not a chore. I still enjoy it, and for now I don't have any plans of not blogging. Did your anorexia stunt your growth? Yes, I think it did, because my family are very tall, and I'm 176 centimeters, or I'm 175,8, but I just round up. So I can imagine that I would have been much taller, as I think my sister is 182 or 3 or something like that. So yeah, I'm not as tall as I could be. Quark or trail mix? Why must you ask me these? Both. That's not something I can choose between, because they are my 2 addictions, my 2 food loves. So yes. Dealing with peer pressure. I think this I will write in a post as it's easier. But I think you just have to know what you want and not let others force you to do something you don't want to. That's the most important. To surround yourself with people who have the same goals or understand you anyway, especially when it comes to drinking when you're young. That is, not everyone wants to do it, and that's okay. It's not something you have to do, but many teenagers don't understand that, and they call you a party pooper or boring, or you can't hang out with them if you don't drink, but that's their loss. You don't have to do anything you don't want to when it comes to those type of things anyway. In recovery, there's a lot of things you have to do which you don't want to. I will skip the other two because I've written about them already. What is my favorite subject in school? I think science. I didn't do science last year, but I'm going to do it this year. I think that's my favorite anyway. I don't have so much of a favorite. No, not really. I'm good at maths and science, but I wouldn't say they're a favorite. How did you begin exercising again? Could you give some tips? I took it slowly. I began with walking a few times a week, short 30 minutes. Then I was allowed to begin jogging. Then I was allowed to begin swimming a few times a week. And then I got a gym card. And then it started going a bit quickly, where I did a bit too much cardio and running for what I should have done. So that wasn't so good. But from that I learned balance. So yeah, I will write a post about it. And I know I say all the time. I keep thinking about it all the time. I just hear it. And I'm trying to not say it, so I look really slowly, or I look like I don't know what I'm saying, but it's because I'm just not trying to say it. How and why and when did you come up with the idea of helping others via email? This was something that just sort of happened along the way. I started getting more questions and more readers, and some of the questions were triggering, so I felt that I didn't want to have them on the blog, but I still wanted to answer. So then I started my email. At first I think I just got 1 or 2 emails now and again. Then I started getting more. Yeah, and now I get several per day, anywhere between 5 to 20 emails per day. And I also have the comment forum, or what's it, contact box. It's called a contact box at the side, which if you write in there and writing your email and all that, it goes directly to my email, and then I can reply to your email. So that's also a good way. But I am kind of slow at emailing sometimes. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get a reply 2 minutes after you've sent. And that's because I get all the emails to my phone, so I see them directly, and then it's if I choose to spend 5 minutes to reply to you, or if I decide to wait until I sit down and spend an hour or 2 replying. There was something I was going to say, but now I forgot, so I will just continue. Give us a room tour. Not right now. There's not so much to see. I've posted pictures, but yeah. And then last question, which I will do. What do you think of the fact that Finnish kids have to study Swedish at school? We talked about this in school last year, and we had a big debate about it, and I had to write an essay about it. So I guess I have my opinion about it, and I mean, I guess it's good, as Finland and Sweden are so close, and also so many Finnish do move to Sweden, I guess, and Swedish people move to Finland. So it's good to have that language that you can both communicate But then again, you could ask yourself the question of why Swedish people don't learn Finnish. But there is a lot of history behind that, which I'm not going to take on my blog, but I know about. And I think it's a good thing. I mean, if you live in the parts of Finland where you have to learn both, then, well, it's just good for you. It's good to be bilingual. And if you just live in the Finnish parts, then I still think it would be good if you do choose to learn Swedish. But I guess English, in my opinion, is one of the most important languages, though I know there are other languages that are just as big as English. And now it is 10 minutes more, or it's more than 10 minutes. I'm really tired at the moment. And yes, so bye bye.